Okay, we are now joined by our sixth-place finisher, Austin Dillon, driver of the number 3 Dow Coating Materials Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, and also Carl Edwards, our runner-up finisher, driver of the number 19 Xfinity Toyota. So, gentlemen, congratulations on a great race. If we could just start with Austin. You're now just one place back behind the top 8 heading into the cutoff at Talladega next week. Just share a little bit about your race this afternoon and your thoughts heading into next weekend.
Yeah, it was a solid race for our team. Kill Chevrolet, it started out okay, and we made some adjustments to make it better. We tried something there with 2 tires and just didn't have the speed there. I got tight and then started getting really free. So luckily the caution came out. We were able to get 4 and had a really solid restart at the end and gained a few spots. And I felt like we were running down most guys in front of us. I got to Kyle at the end on the last lap, but just need one more spot to be ahead of Joey, but I think we're tied, but he gets the tiebreaker. So it's a good spot for us to be in going into Talladega. We have nothing to lose, and I'm proud of our team just giving ourselves this chance. So I'm very optimistic and look forward to racing hard at Talladega.
Thank you. This is Carl's 13th top 10 finish in 19 races at Kansas Speedway. So, Carl, if you could just talk a little bit about what it means to have such a strong showing in front of your hometown crowd.
That's the good part. You know, we ran well, and that was really fun, getting to race up front. It is really tough for me to finish second here. It's happened twice. Both of them are pretty painful, but the bright side is that, yes, we raced up front. You know, got a lot of support from a lot of people here, and, you know, hopefully they enjoyed that part of it. That last restart, Kevin and Jimmy just lined up on the bottom, and they just got far enough ahead. I couldn't hang on the outside, and then I ended up having to race Kyle really hard there for a few laps, and it let Kevin get out ahead. So, but man, it's just we'll just move forward. Day or two will pass, and maybe this thing will wear off, and I'll be more excited about the point situation going into Talladega, because that's the bright side. We've got two decent races under our belt to go to Talladega with.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll start here again with Pat.
This one's for Carl from Pat Cole at NASCAR.com. You had some pretty good back and forth there with Kyle towards the end of the race. You know, you guys both want to win, obviously,
yeah.
But where is the thought process there where the consequences are so bad if a mistake happens?
I honestly wasn't thinking about any consequences. I knew if I could clear Kyle quickly, I could maybe catch Kevin, and that's where I was at. My car was faster than Kyle's. He was good there for a lap or two, and then I felt like I was quite a bit faster, so I just needed to get by him. But he was doing his job. He was racing as hard as he could, and we didn't wreck each other, so I mean that's racing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I wish you would have got by him faster. Wish Kyle would have let him go.
Okay, we'll take our next question here on the left.
Joe Waljasper from the Columbia Tribune. Carl, do you think you did have the car to catch Kevin if you didn't kind of get stuck in that battle with Kyle there?
Yeah, I felt like we did. I felt like we had the fastest car there at the end. And that's what's frustrating. You should win with the fastest car, especially when you start on the front row. So, you know, I take responsibility for that. I could have done something different on that restart, possibly hung on, and I wouldn't have been in that position. But, man, I raced as hard as I could all day, and you know, we didn't make hardly any mistakes, so you know, we can keep our heads up. And like Dave said after the race, that's the most speed we've had in a mile and a half in a long time, and that bodes well for the rest of the year. You know, Texas and Homestead. You know, we really believe if we can get to Homestead, we can win this championship.
Okay, we'll take our next question up front and then go over to Kenny.
Sean Roney, Dos Mundos bilingual newspaper for Carl. In one of the radio, muy bien. Anyway, in one of the radio pre-race broadcasts, they're talking about the effects of the weather on the conditions, because you've got about a 20-degree spike from yesterday. Right. In what ways did racing in about 80-degree weather with basically a clear sky affect how you approach this race?
I don't know if Austin backed me up on this, but I think the track was completely different. It's like we left and went somewhere else. I mean, you drive down to turn 3 today and just slide, and you know, it's really slick, and it was actually a lot of fun. There was one point where I was racing, I caught Chase Elliott and Kevin, and I think maybe even Jimmy was up there, and I thought, man, this is a blast. We're really racing. Cars are sliding around and spinning tires, and that was really fun. So I was glad that the weather came. So thanks, Pat, for making that happen today. Yep.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com for Austin and for Carl. I hate to ask about the guy that won the race, but I'm going to ask about him anyway. What is it about that team, not just Kevin in particular, but the team itself, that they always seem to be able to pull one out of the hat when they need it the most?
I think as the drivers, we just all need to get together and block winners at elimination race, or just pull for something, because you know, he's tough to beat on those final races. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He steps up when the pressure's there, and that team does a good job. And Joey said it, I think, best. They're able to reach in their back pocket and get speed when they want it. It's mind-blowing. So it's hard to see it, but you know, Kevin's also a good finisher. He's always been that way. Look back at all of his careers, he can finish off races.
Yeah, they did a good job today. I mean, I don't think they had the fastest car, and they made it happen. So, you know, congrats to them.
Additional questions for Austin or Carl? Okay, we'll go over here to Nate.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports for Austin. I know it worked out okay, but when they did the two-tire stop and put you in the lead, did you have any concern after what happened in Charlotte?
I had no really concern, but I mean, I was more concerned at Charlotte than I was here, because I knew that two tires, as far as firing off, was going to be okay through the gears, and Allmendinger and a couple of them did it and fired off and ran third there for a while. So our car, we never put two tires on in practice or anything, and I went down into turn. I made it through the first lap, and I went into turn one and third, and right front just plowed on exit, and I about got run over actually off of two. So we didn't have the balance for that, and our car didn't have enough speed for that. So it was worth a shot. You know, if we could have maybe cleared Carl somehow and just ran up there for like 2 laps until, you know, everything's got settled, we would have probably net gained. And we ended up finishing about where we were going to finish anyways, because we got 4 tires on the next one. It made us make a decision to come get 4, drag people down, and we ran up to where we were probably going to finish.
It seems like you guys, since Dover, have just had something more speed. Is it handling? Is it horsepower? How have you guys been able to raise your game the last few races?
I think it's a little bit of everything. We kind of got lost in the middle of the year and got back everything kind of more consistent, and we've gained some speed at RCR, and we're working hard as a group, and that's what it is. It's a little bit of everything put together will make your cars faster. It's not just one thing, and everybody wants it. That's another big part of it. We got a lot of focus on that 3 car right now, and that's big.
Plus the beard helps, right?
Yeah.
The beard.
Yeah, the playoff beard.
Okay, we'll take our next question in the back and then come back up to Randy.
Hi, Carl. This is for you. Just caught the tail end of this, so I apologize. But just the emotion you feel of coming so close here again.
Rather not talk about that. No, I
got you.
It's tough. I mean, this is there's so many people that come to this racetrack that support me and have supported me, not just, you know, when I'm racing here, but at, you know, Capital Speedway and Holt Summit and Callaway Raceway and Godfrey and all these places that I raced growing up. So it's a really special place for me, and as much fun as I had racing up front, yeah, it stings. There are negative emotions tied to not winning here with that fast of a car, but that's the way it goes.
Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, Carl, Randy Kovich, Kansas City Star. Not to pile on,
but you're going to. That's great.
Have you ever had during those last 40, 50 laps when you had the lead?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a race where you really thought you had won and didn't?
Yeah, this one today, I was pretty sure we were in control of the race. I felt really good about it. And then also that race here in, I think it was 2008 with Jimmy, I felt like we were really in control of that one, and we let that one go too. So, you know, these I remember more just because they are so special. Fortunately, we get to race here twice now every year, so I cannot wait to come back. I wish we could line the cars up again right now and go, but I'll wait. And, you know, just like anything, you learn from your wins, but you probably learn more from your defeats. So I'm going to go back and look at that restart, learn what I can do, and you know, maybe at Homestead I can use this for something positive.
Any final questions? Okay, gentlemen,
Thanks,
thank you
guys.
for your time. Good luck next week.